This is such a big question. I think we can't look at just the future of AI. I think we have to look at the future of the digital environment. You know, if climate change is a crisis of consciousness where we have to realize we're one species in one environment, the digital environment is a crisis of consciousness where we're all connected. No one is alone, right? I think we have to find a better balance between our collective power that we exercise through democratic institutions and government, the market, which has to be held as a market, and if you have monopolies, you no longer have a market. So who funds and who owns this infrastructure is really important. I think of roads. I don't need permission to use the roads, but there are rules of the roads. Anybody can use the roads, and if I'm a businessman, I can start a business and know my customers and suppliers can get to me and I don't have to worry about it. I think we can't think of AI without also thinking of who owns the internet. And it's more than wires, it's TCP, IP, it's HTTP. These are protocols that were gifts to us. Large language models are knowledge commons that we created, that come from us. I can't really own my own data. If I owned my own data, I'd have to kill the doctor who was there when I was born and anybody who knows my birthday. The power of my data is in our collective data, right? So I think we can no longer do science and function as a complex global society without a tool like AI. So the future of AI is in the future of a better political economy, where governments are seen as powerful. A government that issues its own currency can't run out of it. We can provision ourselves if we have the resources. What we need is more public infrastructure and make sure the playing field is level for real markets, because that's the driver of innovation. When you have a monopoly that can buy innovation and then squash it or you don't have a market. I think the future of AI is unlimited and can save us if we balance our politics with a role for government, a role for civil society, and a role for real markets. I think that's.
If I could ask a follow-up question.
Sure.
Thinking when you were saying that, like, HTTP, it was a gift to us.
Yeah.
www.com went free.
Yeah.
From anywhere in the world. So
that's right.
Download.
Any machine can connect with any machine. TCP/IP.
But now, with the digital environment being solely reliant on people with access to capital, and a significant amount of it, basically more people who can use AI tools, they can afford AI tools, they are getting an unfair advantage. So is that what you were trying to say?
Power law relationships, right? The more money you have, the easier it is to make more money. The more power you have, the easier it is to get more power, right? If we want a flourishing world, we have to have a level enough playing field. We have to have more idea of the public goods. Public roads make a city flourish. I mean, yeah, traffic jams, we can solve that with new sorts of things, but without a public infrastructure, where does business start? It doesn't have to build the roads. It doesn't have to teach the language. It doesn't have to, build the electricity, all of those things. Those are already there, given to the public, to us. So, again, I think we have to rebalance the neoliberalism that started, with before Reagan, but like he was a Reagan and Thatcher, Mulrooney, and strengthen our democracy using these tools so that we can own them, so that there are public tools available. In a market and innovation, lots of people innovate, and the profit motive is not the best of incentives. People maintain Wikipedia as a labor of love. People maintain their communities as a labor of love. We can design with these tools. We can design a world where we can call upon labors of love. We can incentivize people to sort of find the passion and create values in another way, as opposed to just selling my labor or my intellect. That's my vision.
Okay. My final question is about the event, the Ottawa Responsible AI Summit. Your comment.
To tell you the truth, I wasn't expecting a lot, right? But I've been very impressed. I mean, the quality, the way it began, that first keynote speaker was very good, So far, I found the quality of the speakers were fantastic. I think we don't have enough time, that we needed more questions from the audience, more interactions, and I don't know if a full day would do it, but I think maybe not even an annual event, but sort of fewer speakers and more chance for conversation, right? But in terms of the quality of the speakers and what I got from this, I really got a lot, and I think it was way better than I anticipated.